G-Mac or I wanna be player. You see, the hood's been good to me ever since I was a lowercase G. But now I'm a big G. The girls see I got your money, $100 bills, y'all.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Gicurls. So today we're gonna be doing something a little different. Today is my first edition of Popcorn and Curls. Popcorn and Curls. So today I'm gonna be reviewing the movie It, and also styling my hair for the day. It'll be a half up, half down Bantu knot crown. Oh, that's a rhyme. Okay, so it's kind of simple, quick, and easy. Okay, so I'm gonna be reviewing the movie It and giving you a little tutorial slash demo on how I style my hair in this particular style. So I've already detangled the front part and twisted that up to get it out the way. So we're just gonna work on the back, the part that will be down. Got my water, got my EcoStyler, and let's get started. So It. Welcome to Derry, the home of bad parenting and even worse decisions. So it's in this like small town named Derry, D-E-R-R-Y. And at the very, so we all know what it's about. We've seen the old movie if you have seen it. If you haven't, this movie is basically the same. The movie is about a group of kids that have to basically, some type of entity that looks like a clown is like terrorizing this town and kidnapping children and killing them. So we have to assume at the beginning, we found out he is killing them, like basically eating them. But at the beginning, they've just disappeared, and the people in the town don't know what happened to the kids. Because he's trying to kill them all and make them lunch. And at the very beginning, we get our first example of bad parenting and even worse decisions. Number one, we get cute little Georgie. He's super cute. He looks like he's about 7. I don't know about you, but when I was 7, I didn't go out in rainstorms. When I was 7, I don't know if I could have went outside by myself. So imagine my surprise when at the very beginning, Georgie, that's my cousin's name, Georgie is allowed to leave the house while it's pouring rain outside. He has a raincoat, so I guess to his parents that makes it all right. We see the parents not at all in the very beginning, but whatever. Georgie is allowed to leave the house while it's raining. So he's chasing his boat through the street gutters and trying to chase it, having a good old merry time. His boat goes into the drain, the sewers or whatever. And so first of all, if that was me, even as a 7-year-old, once the boat goes into the drain, I'm like, guess that's done with. Guess I need a new boat. But no, Georgie's like, let me go and look in the drain and see if I can find that boat in the sewer. In the sewer. He looks into the sewer and he sees a clown. If there wasn't enough warning signals, I mean, I don't understand. Boat in the drain is done with. See, clown is definitely done with. Clown starts talking to me. But this wasn't no regular clown. This wasn't no circus. There was not a circus in town. Not a circus in sight. Ain't seen a circus in about 10 years. But there's clowns around? No. 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 So as soon as I saw that, I would have been out. But Georgie proceeds to talk to the clown. To his credit, he is a child. And he did say, my parents and my brother would not want me to take things from strangers. But he continues to talk to it, so, the clown's like, you want your, in the creepiest voice, you want your boat back, Georgie? And Georgie is still talking to this clown. He seems like no, but he's still he seems like, yeah, I want my boat back, but he's skeptical because it is a clown in a sewer in the rain. I have a healthy fear of clowns and sewers in the rain, but maybe it's just me. Okay, so with my hair, I'm just gonna go ahead and put my products in the back. So I already put a leave-in conditioner in it. I use the Cantu leave-in conditioner. And so I'm just going to go ahead and spray some water in it. And then I'm going to section it and put EcoStyler within each small section. Okay. So back to the film. Pennywise, the clown in the sewer, is played by Bill Skarsgård. If you don't know who Bill Skarsgård is, he was one of the stars of the Netflix show Hemlock Grove that ended terribly. It was an amazing show until the end, but whatever. Besides the point. But it was a great show. Oh, such a good show. Until the end. But Bill Skarsgård is like, he's also Alexander Skarsgård's brother. But he plays Pennywise, the clown. The dancing clown. And so okay, back to this movie. He's in the sewer and he's talking to Georgie and trying to get Georgie to reach into the sewer and get his boat. Forget the boat, Georgie. Forget the boat. Go home. Or somebody, or anybody, look outside and see this little boy and help him, preferably a parent. But Derry is absent of all responsible parents. Let me just say that. An older lady does look outside and see him, but she just like turns around like, that's normal, whatever. So he's still talking to Pennywise, and somehow, well, he's 7, so I'm sure it wasn't too difficult to convince him. He reaches his arm in the sewer and to get his boat back, and Pennywise is like, yes, Georgie, reach into the sewer and get your boat, paper boat that can be made again. But you know what you can't make again? An arm, which is exactly what Georgie loses. And FYI, when did Hollywood start killing kids? I mean, they just ain't got no mercy anymore, because Georgie straight up got his arm ripped off and straight up got snatched into the sewer. He got snatched into the sewer, okay? And, you know, Georgie lasted all of 5 minutes, okay? Like literally the first 5 minutes of the film. But let's keep it moving. Fast forward to, I want to say this was a couple months later. Yeah, a couple months later. And so apparently the town that they live in, Derry, has a history of like children disappearing. And while they put up not wanted posters, like missing children posters, it doesn't seem to be of too much of concern to anyone in the town. It's just kind of like another one bites the dust. That's kind of what it seems like in that town. Like, cause kids keep going missing and they keep putting up different wanted posters, but it doesn't seem like an urgency to like figure out what's happening in this town. Kids still walking around, people still going to school. I mean, whatever. That's basically what the law enforcement is saying. Whatever. Georgie's brother, Bill, who was sick that day and could not go out with him, who was probably saved himself from getting snatched into the sewer. He is what's the word? He is justifiably traumatized because his little brother has been missing and no one seems to care, and he's trying to figure it out. He's like school ends, so school ends, they fast forward, school has ended, and he goes home and his dad is waiting in the garage for him and is upset with him because he has a map of the sewer systems in the town. He's like trying to follow the sewer system because he's like, Georgie might be in the sewers. His dad's like, Georgie is dead. His dad is just like, Georgie is dead, leave it alone, you're upsetting your mother, or whatever. We don't see his mother once in the film. We don't see his mother at all. And this is also the last time we see his dad. His dad's like, get rid of all of this, Georgie is dead, let's move on. So Bill is obviously the only one that cares about Georgie, but whatever. And so, another example of bad parenting. So school is ending, him and his friends. He has 6 friends, or 5 other friends, and then they end up getting some other friends. Beverly is the girl. and it's another new kid that they end up getting. Poor new kid. Yeah. So they're just doing regular preteen things, swimming in the lake, doing all this stuff. But he's like, let's figure out what happened. And I was like, you guys to help me figure out what happened to Georgie. They're like, he's like, let's look in the sewers. And justifiably, the kids are like, I don't know. I like Georgie and all. Well, he was your brother, so maybe you should look in the sewers. So he goes to look in the sewers for Georgie. And they never actually go all the way in at that point. So the new kid, I think, was maybe one of the first people to start seeing the clown. He's in the library and he is reading the history of Derry, the town. And I don't know if anyone else saw that, but it's like the librarian was standing behind him at one point looking weird as ever. Like, it freaked me out. But he's in the library and he sees a red balloon float past him. I was like, okay. But I really don't know what universe this is in, because in the universe I live in, you just don't do the things that these kids did in this movie. So he sees the red balloon float past him in the library. Nobody else seems to notice the red balloon, but he decides to follow the balloon. He decides to follow the balloon. Why? He follows the balloon. It leads him to the back of the library, away from any witnesses. Toy eggs or something, some circle thing on the ground. He sees it on the ground and he picks it up and he walks a little further into the darkness, away from witnesses again. He sees another one and he picks it up and he keeps following the trail of these circle egg things. What bad decisions. Told you. Bad parenting, bad decisions. And as he's down there, he turns around and he sees a man walking towards him. As he gets closer, it has no head. What? And he's like, oh my God, he starts running. At this point, it's too, it's like, what? It was so many warning signs before that. The red balloon was my warning sign to leave the library. Like, I will read online. Kindle. Oh, well, never mind. This was like the 80s. Let's talk about Kindle. Kindle was not invented. Starts running, then he sees the clown. Clown starts chasing him, and this clown, Pennywise, does this, like this freaky running, shaking thing, like whenever he's coming out to them. But that new kid went through so much. Okay, 6 kids is like 5 boys and 1 girl, Beverly. And speaking of bad parenting, Beverly has like this pervert father. And I don't even think it was one example in this whole film of a good parent. They all are presented with their fears, and they all end up seeing it at one point and escaping. So they're like, we got to come together and fight this thing, because we've all seen them, and apparently the adults can't see them. While they're have to deal with this life and death situation of the Pennywise clown, they also have to deal with these annoying bullies. And let me just say, the main bully, Henry, I thought maybe he wasn't really like a kid. I was like, maybe he's it or something, and he's just like dressed up. I don't know. I was like, maybe that's actually it, because he was so deranged that I was like, he has to be it. He cannot be a true kid that is actually this crazy and is actually still allowed to walk around, that is not actually committed, that is not in jail. But no, he wasn't even possessed till like kind of the end, because he was crazy. At one point he takes the new kid and just like, I want to carve my name in his stomach, and I'm like, what? Where they do that at? What bullies are doing that? Are they doing that nowadays? They used to bully in the 80s, carving their name. I was like, ooh, if anybody needs to go, you taking all these innocent kids, Pennywise, come and get this fool. He was crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Elongating Naturals Manuka Honey and Coconut Shrink Away Elongating Curl Cream, and I'm gonna use this like liberally, just apply it on my hands and then just rub it thoroughly through my hair. Throughout the movie, Georgie kind of keeps appearing to Bill. It's not Georgie, it is it, but he keeps appearing to him. I guess, I don't know, trying to lure him places, which he generally does a good job of because Bill follows him to wherever Georgie is running. But the movie was overall entertaining. It was very funny. I thought it was more funny than scary, and I am a scaredy cat. Like, I was scared at parts because the clown was creepy. I mean, this is not a normal clown that you would just like see walking around and be like, you know, do you do children's parties? No, this was not that kind of clown. It was like straight up nightmare clown. But the movie was funny because the kids were great. All the kids were funny. Most of them were funny, and they made the movie, like, really, to me. So we're gonna go ahead and do the front. So this doesn't have to be neat at all. Part this like that. Yeah, it's pretty good. All I'm gonna do is put this in like a little itsy bitsy tiny ponytail. So I happen to have this little brush that I got from the beauty supply store that I use for my like edges. So we're gonna use that to brush all this together. So what I'm going to do next is twist this whole ponytail until I get down to the very bottom. Okay, and once I get down to the bottom, I'm gonna go ahead and, so it's gonna unravel, but I'm gonna kind of like kind of twist again. You don't have to, you can actually like twist it as you go. So once I go, I'm twist it as I go around in a circle. So once you get to the ends, you want to secure it with another rubber band. You don't have to make it too tight, just make sure it does not come loose. So I'm going to do that with the other 3 that I'm doing. So I'm doing 4 altogether. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to do that with the other 3. Okay, so we're on the last one. So now we're all done with the Bantu knots. So we're gonna go ahead and just fix the edges a little bit. So the movie overall, I would say was really good. Again, parents get an F. All parents, every single one of these kids' parents gets an F. But the movie, as far as being entertaining, was really good. The kids were really funny. It did not scare me. I mean, like, some parts were, you know, creepy and a little bit scary, but overall I thought it was funny. More funny than scary. So I thought it was really good. I think Bill Skarsgård did a good job. I think all the kids did a good job. R.I.P. to Georgie, you know. Moment of silence. But overall, I mean, never visit Derry because it's a horrible town. Horrible things happen there. And I am sure that is why Pennywise picked this town to, and okay, so apparently Pennywise comes back every 27 years, it seems, and so he's almost at the end of his he eats kids for a year, and then he goes to sleep for 27 years, I'm assuming. And so he's almost at the end of his 27 years. I'm sorry, almost at the end of his year of children eating. But I'm sure he picked this town because he's like, they don't care about their kids here. You know, I could just give me a quick snack and then, you know, that'll be that. Eat for a year, you know, live like a king, and then leave. I would give this movie a B plus A minus. Yeah, B plus A minus. I didn't give it like a solid A because I'm assuming it was supposed to be scary and I was not scared. So, but if it was not supposed to be like super scary, then it is an A. But because I wasn't scared and I'm scared of everything, I'm gonna give it B plus A minus. But I think it was really good, and go see it in theaters now. So we're just gonna go and brush the edges up a little bit, you know. Pull some baby hairs down if that's what you like. I don't like too much, just a little bit, I guess. Okay, and you can fix that up with the edge control. I don't know if you can see that. That's the 24-hour edge tamer from Ebin, New York, and I really love this edge control. As I've said, I think in my previous video, it's just so good. So I'm gonna put that on my edges, kind of just to hold it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and let the back down. And there we go. And as the back dries, it's gonna get a little bit fluffier and a little more voluminous and give me the look that I really like. Right now it's still kind of damp, but this is the finished product. I really like it. This is lately has been a really go-to hairstyle for me. I think it's fairly simple. It's easy to do. As long as you have like rubber bands, a comb, and gel, it's pretty easy to do. But again, this is the hair, and that was the movie. And this was today's edition of Popcorn and Curls. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I'll see you next week on my channel because I make videos every week. So see you then.
Check it, check it.